But John Hufnagel told us beginning of last week he wants to see Bo Levi Mitchell continue to develop and overcome adversity as this season goes on.
So 2nd and 13, Mitchell over the middle, and Markway McDaniel makes a brilliant catch.
There he is.
Favorite receiver last year, and that's why.
You know, I think Mitchell put a little more on this just because it's in that danger area coming right over the middle, and there's a lot of Montreal bodies there, so he put some zip on it. Markway McDaniel had to lay out to go and get it.
So first down at the 35, back into the hands of Cornish, and they're having trouble establishing the ground game with Bear Woods, the second leading tackler in the league last year, 89 tackles in the middle of that defense at middle linebacker.
So he has no choice but to be great. Bear Woods with that name, number 1, and then went to Troy and played for the Trojans. I mean, the captain of the defense led the team last week, and he's all over the place again tonight.
All CFL last year. 2nd and 7. Mitchell looking downfield. Rogers can't make the circus catch. And the Stamps will have to punt it away.
Trail technique on the coverage. And I thought it was Gerald Brown that got matched up on Eric Rogers and just hung with it. There's your receiver in that number 2 hole. Comes up, you can jam inside of 5 yards from the line of scrimmage, and you can see there's a little slight push, and then looks back and knocks the ball out of there.
And we are getting a challenge from the Stampeder bench, and the hands on the 8 would indicate that
Calgary is challenging.
They may have a case.
Yeah, I'm not sure though. I mean, you could see the touch by Gerald Brown. I'm not sure it impeded or changed the direction of Rogers. It'll be interesting.
Command Center will take a look, and we'll come back with the verdict after this. There was a suggestion video replay would make things black and white, and yet, boy, there's still some gray. We saw a controversial one last night. Ken Austin wasn't happy with a call that Matt Dunnigan thought was the right call, and even here, this isn't an easy decision, is it?
No, it's not. First of all, this is a pass interference decision, not illegal contact, so it has nothing to do with the new rules because the ball was thrown to Rogers. The question is, did that touch by the right hand on the shoulder pad impede or push Rogers out of a chance to catch the football? I don't think it did. I mean, he goes up. I may be wrong on this one, but I'm going to take Gerald Brown's side on here and say that Rogers had a crack at it.
Well, let's find out.
After review, we have pass interference, Montreal number 39. Ball will be placed at the 47-yard line.
I'm with the fans in Montreal. I'm going to boo that call. No, you know, that one was a close one, and that's why I said I may be wrong on that because he did make contact with him with the right arm and the right hand to the shoulder pads.
But you're still a member in good standing of the defensive back union. 8-year veteran, Eastern All-Star Gerald Brown.
Well,
convinced.
When I hear Milt Stiegel on the panel give the receiver the benefit of the doubt every time, I've got to side with those guys every now and then. But it was a close one and a good challenge by John Hufnagel.
Keeps the offense on the field, and actually now the deepest penetration for the Stampeders here in the opening quarter to the Montreal 47. First down, Stamps. And Alouettes thought somebody moved on that offensive line. Mitchell spins and throws it incomplete. Look for Cunningham, and that play didn't look well executed.
Yeah, there was some interesting back and forth there between Winston Venable and I think it was Dan Faderkyle on the outside at tackle who Venable kind of wanted to go on the blitz. He jumped into the neutral zone, jumped back out of it before the snap of the ball, so he didn't get offside call, and officials didn't see any movement from that O-line.
So it's 2nd and 10. Al show pressure, and they bring it and get to the quarterback. A flag flies, however, as Mitchell taken down back on Calgary's side of half. And it looks like it's going to be against the Stampeders, a holding call. So the sack will stand.
Holding. Calgary number 65. Penalties decline. 3rd down.
Yeah, that's Michael Klassen, and he just beats his man right down Main Street.
Former Calgary Dinosaur.
Yes, sir, and he's just going to come a little stunt on the outside, but watch number 9. He just swat the hands down of Pierre Lavertu and get straight back into the kitchen of Bo Levi Mitchell.
So Maver to punt. Logan is back. Not a deep kick. Logan fielding it, ducks under the initial contact and tripped up on the 13-yard line. We got a flag back at midfield as the punt rolled for Maver for a 45-yarder. So did the Stampeders proceed downfield before the kick?
Illegally downfield on a kick. Calgary number 42. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
Duran Mayo, and they're going to have to do it again.
Interior 5 on the punt cover team cannot leave until Maver kicks the football. That's a new rule change this year. So you give yourself a 2 count if you're in that interior, and then you take off.
Is that the first time we've seen it?
First time in our games, yes. But it's called a few times in the preseason.
See Randy Chevrier, veteran and a St. Leonard native, the long snapper, back in the lineup for the Stampeders. Maver sails this, and Logan will take it on the fly at the 18. Got crease. Stephen Logan up across the 50 and finally slowed up by Maver near midfield. That's the danger of having to re-kick. Let's check in with John Liu.
Well, thank you, Chris. And for 11 seasons and 2 Grey Cups, Nick Lewis knew only one set of CFL colors. And so last Sunday afternoon, he sent out this tweet. So weird to be in a meeting to game plan against Calgary. I guess it just now really hit me. Looking forward to the challenge. And we should emphasize, he sent that tweet out after the meeting, not during. And what was weird to that, to Lewis about that, is the fact that for the first time in his life, he was reviewing tape of the Calgary defense. And his takeaway from that was a new appreciation for former teammates like Keon Raymond and Brandon Smith. And he also understood just how much communication and trust was necessary for Rich Stubler's defense to work the way it does. And if those were his civilized words, now that it's game on, his former Calgary teammates expect Lewis's renowned trash-talking game to be on point tonight. Guys?
I think he did send another tweet to say, don't forget the ring, which the Stampeders presented to him yesterday.
Well, and John Huffnagel, when asked about playing against Nick Lewis, said, I'll hear him before I see him.
Final play, first quarter, 2nd down, pass underneath, and S.J. Green the catch, but Jeff Hecht, a former Alouette, steps up to put the stop on Green. Great start, though, for Rakeem Cato, an opening touchdown as the Alouettes look for their first win of the year up against the Grey Cup champs. Check the numbers after 15 minutes here at Percival Molson.
Well, what jumps out is the play of Rakeem Cato. His very first start, wasn't on the roster last week. He's 6 foot tall, 178 pounds soaking wet. Doesn't have a powerful arm. He's 6 for 6 with a touchdown throw on a 95-yard opening drive. He looked great.
Expect to see Brandon Bridge tonight, and we likely will in short yardage, but Milt might get his way if Cato keeps playing like this. Be hard to put Bridge in, wouldn't it?
Yeah, and both quarterbacks said yesterday that it's going to be the hot hand that stays out here right now. That's definitely Rakeem Cato. And by the way, Cato got a little help on first down from some key runs from Terrell Sutton. Success on first down in that opening 95-yard drive. They were 7.8 yards on first down. That helps a young quarterback.
Should emphasize that Bridge and Cato are the 4th and 5th quarterbacks that the Alouettes have used already this season. There's Beatty off the side of his foot, but it will roll inside the 20-yard line, and no return as it's marked at the 17. So Mitchell leads Calgary's offense back. Didn't play in the game here last year, Montreal. Stampeders' only road loss was here on the campus of McGill.
It's tough to win here when you're coming from the West. Time change you're dealing with, and I'm not suggesting this happened with Calgary last year, but there are distractions.
There are distractions
in
here.
this city.
We won't detail all of those.
No.
Here's Cornish. Will cut back. John Bowman can't bring him down, and there's Cornish's best run so far tonight.
Yeah, they've been consistent offensively. Dave Dickinson trying to continue to keep John Cornish involved in the offense and continue to try and establish him. And this is the first time he actually picked up some yards on this great cutback for Cornish back against the flow. Bowman dives and can't arm tackle him. Not many can when it comes to number 9. It takes the entire defense bring him down sometimes.
Chip Cox finished the job there, but not before Cornish has a 10-yard run and a first down. 12 yards his longest last week. Throwing downfield and overshoots the intended target, Cedric Cunningham.
Mitchell White at wide side corner was step for step with Cunningham. I mean, he was right in his hip pocket. And I think Bo Levi Mitchell shaking his head there saw that, and on this go route he had to throw it out there and hope that Cunningham could run under it, because look at the coverage by 32 at the top of your screen. He's running the route for him.
So it's 2nd and 10. Here comes the heat. John Bowman gets home. And another sack for the Alouette defense that had 51 last year, 3rd in the league. And that's the 84th career sack for the veteran John Bowman.
And that leads all Montreal Alouettes from his familiar stand-up position at that rush end, and just great hands as he gets his hands up and knocks down Edward Harrison in his set to try and pass protect, and gets to Mitchell.
That's the 6th sack allowed by the Stampeders this year. Only 26 all of last season. Maver boots it away. Short kick at midfield. It's Logan ducking away and bubbling back on his own side of half. Does he have something? Yes, he does. Wants a block, but Maver gets there. What a play by Rob Maver to avoid a block and prevent a touchdown. Logan goes 24 on the return.
How about the 34-year-old Stephon Logan? Looks like he's got some young legs still.
And the young quarterback set up by the veteran Logan when we come back. And an old teammate, Stephon Logan.
3 years with the BC Lions. Nice 24-yard return there. Set up Rakeem Cato.
Hand off inside. Sutton's got a hole. Crashing down to the 23.
Stephon Logan's going to take advantage of the rule changes here, because watch the space he has enough to catch this ball, take a look up, reverse his field, go back on the other side to set up basically a wall return to the wide field. He's got some help and some blocks. 24 yards later, Maver brings him down. If not for Maver, he may score there. And good field position for Montreal, but those interior guys are not getting down as fast as they did last year.
So there's Brandon Bridge into the game on 2nd and 2. That's long range for a quarterback sneak.
Might have to do it again.
Oh, we saw him last week, 5 for 10, 62 yards. The St. Marcellus Secondary School product out of Mississauga and Southern Alabama.
Completed 50% of his passes the second half last week.
3rd and with the spot of the ball, still about a yard. Jeff Parrott going to the sidelines momentarily to get a helmet adjustment. Top offensive lineman in the league last season. Well, you can see 3rd and 1. And this is going to be close. There is a flag on the play. Working in behind Christian Matt out of Concordia at the left guard, and Josh Burke.
Glenn Love goes up over the top, and he gets some pretty good contact immediately. But will he have been offside?
Offside, Calgary defensive line. 5-yard penalty.
There's Love, 36. But the whole line a little bit offside into that neutral zone. Tom Higgins said we will see both tonight. But if Rakeem Cato stays hot, I'm not sure if we'll see Brandon Bridge play quarterback in regular offense.
Beyond short yard, yes, there's another completion, and Fred Stamps has got it, but he can't turn it upfield against Jamar Wall. Fred Stamps with catch number 499 of his career, closing in on 8,000 yards, and his next touchdown will be number 50, so he's rounding out his numbers.
Move him around. He played a little bit outside last week. The official get that first down marker on the ground and duck and find cover.
And Marty Careau, the head linesman, taken down, but he bounces back into the action. 2nd and 9, pressure on. Cato throws, and S.J. Green slipped as he tried to come back for the football. Josh Bell, the safety blitz, applied pressure, and that's the first incompletion for Rakeem Cato here tonight.
Yeah, and you know, he quite calmly goes to the bench right here because he knows that S.J. Green just slipped on the comeback. He threw it right to the spot he was expecting his receiver to come back to, and he slipped and fell.
Buddy Jackson was in coverage. And here's Beatty, 1 for 1 last week, hit a 37-yarder. This from 23, and he fires that through. And the Alouettes have a 10-point lead here in the second quarter in Montreal. There's Michael Sam back in the Alouette camp, and with more on him, John Liu.
Well, thank you, Chris. And one of the questions was, when Michael Sam did return to the team, how would he be greeted by his teammates? Well, last Sunday, prior to the Alouettes team meeting, Sam requested and was granted permission to speak to his teammates as a group, behind closed doors, with none of the coaches present. He spoke for approximately 1 minute. Prior to the game today, TSN spoke to one long-standing and respected Alouettes veteran who said that he would not disclose the content of Sam's address to the team, but said that by talking to his teammates the way he did, Sam regained the confidence, the trust, and the respect of his teammates with respect to why he left 2 weeks ago, and added that, quote, "we as a team are fine with him," end quote. Guys?
Just saw a big play by the Stampeders. It's coming back. Another holding call will negate that big throw to Eric Rogers. And Tom Higgins says 3 to 4 weeks. Michael Sam has to get into CFL shape before he's ready to go.
Well, first of all, he left a couple weeks ago for personal matters, and that will remain personal.
Illegal block, hands to the face. Calgary number 50. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Right guard Spencer Wilson
But the discussion is really a simple one as far as I'm concerned with Michael Sam. Can he make the football team? Is he good enough to play for the Montreal Alouettes? When you look at the guys they've got in the position, which John Bowman and Gabriel Napton, can he be a rotation player? He's on the 46 tonight and scratched before the game.
Good sign there, those suits. They thought he was a little heavy, but you notice he wasn't eating the room. So 1st and 20, and it's Markway McDaniel the catch. He is dropped back at the 39-yard line, so that's 14 on the pickup.
Well, it's obviously a story that transcends the game. It's bigger than the game of football itself, but it really can be simplified to Michael Sam earning the trust of his teammates. The guys don't care as long as you can help them win football games. And if Michael Sam can do that, he'll make this team and he'll contribute, and there'll be no problems. But if he makes it on his celebrity alone, that will hurt the locker room.
2nd and 6. Mitchell stands in. Can't connect with Rogers, who looked like he stumbled out of the break. And it will be 3rd down.
And that's really the crux of it. It will divide and cause problems and issues in the locker room if Michael Sam makes the football team on his celebrity. And if he makes it on his merit as a football player, no problems. If he helps the Alouettes win games, his teammates will welcome him into that room and there'll be no issues at all. Now he's got to get into CFL shape, and it's different. 20-second clocks. You got to get out there. You got to run, wider field.
Dancing with the Stars isn't the best training regimen. Is that what you're saying?
No, it's not. Tom Higgins said, as you mentioned, probably 3 or 4 weeks you may see him on the roster.
Maver to kick. High but not deep. Logan 36-yard line. And he'll be pushed out at the 38. Glenn Love downfield to limit the return. After a 35-yard punt, Alouettes continue to lead.
People that would do anything for golf deserve a store that would do anything for golfers. Hurry in to Golf Town today to get the best gear of the season. Only at Golf Town, anything for golf.
This disposable is like a one-hit wonder, but this razor, it keeps cranking out the hits. Upgrade to the new Gillette with FlexBall technology. One refill gets you up to 1 month of shave.